Good morning, everyone. Nice rainy day today, huh? You know, we have our Catholic Charities appeal in February, and then there's another appeal in the spring, and we were supposed to do it last Sunday, but I didn't because of all the activity we had going on with other stuff. So this morning, we'll do it. The second appeal is for those who maybe didn't get a chance to donate to Catholic Charities in the appeal in February, or if your heart moves you to give a little bit more for this particular project. The funds to be invested will be invested for Camp Christopher. Camp Christopher is in Bath, Ohio. Some of you may be familiar with it. It's a wonderful place. I spent a lot of time there as a camp counselor and then as a priest doing a lot of youth retreats there. And over the years, it's been developed to enable them to bring in teenagers and adults that have physical or mental disabilities. And that's been a wonderful thing. I know that I spent a week we had overnight campers that would come for a week, and I worked with the kids with disabilities. I remember one time a boy came who had a lot of disabilities, but his hands were so twisted and bent. They were just so deformed that he couldn't pick things up. He couldn't eat, he couldn't feed himself. He had to have somebody feed him his meals. And so the other counselors and I got thinking about it, watching him every day, and we went out and got some different size forks and spoons. And with his hands, we tried to figure out what shape of a fork could he put in his hand and use it. So after several tries, we finally succeeded, and he was able to actually hold the fork. And so then we put a plate of food in front of him and said, come on, try and see if you can do it. And sure enough, he was able to get some food on the fork and put it into his mouth. He started to cry. It was the first time in his life that he could ever feed himself. And when his parents came at the end of the week, they were just astonished that we were able to get him to go that step further. And that's just one story. I could tell you a lot of other ones that were very good with our work with the disabled teenagers and adults. And so now Camp Christopher, the bishop wants to enhance Camp Christopher because they've been using it for retreat days for senior citizens. They've been using it for family camping, for all kinds of things. But it needs to be more suited for disabilities with ramps and bathrooms and so forth that accommodate people of all different needs. And so that's where this second appeal is going to go to enhance that camp. The bishop writes about a man named Nate. He's an adult. He's severely autistic and can't speak, can't talk. But his parents brought him there for a weekend, and they were just amazed at how he socialized with other guys his own age and his own type of disability. And he's been going there every weekend in the summers, you know, and the bishop said it's just such a wonderful thing to see what we can do. Camp Christopher is a beautiful place. It's like 162 acres of land, 3 small lakes. There's cliffs and there's caves and there's all kinds of interesting things. So hopefully we can help with the diocese wanting to enhance the camp in order to serve a wide range of people, especially those with disabilities. He says in his letter that now these particular people can play, craft, swim, canoe, make friendships along with their peers, and best of all, they can pray and experience God in the natural beauty of their surroundings. So it's a wonderful project. So if you've already donated to Catholic Charities and that's sufficient, then that's fine. But however, there's envelopes in the ends of the pews, and if anybody would want one, the people on the ends would pass them down to the people who want an envelope. And then I'll just run you through this. I didn't want to take homily time to do this today. So there's a pencil inside so that you can fill out your name, and your address and your phone number and so forth. And then on the side, there's different types of suggested donations, and you could put down other. Any amount that you would donate is very acceptable. So you just have to write that amount in there, and then Catholic Charities will send you a notice once a month. Like say if you give $50, they'll send you a notice once a month to send $10 to begin fulfilling your pledge. Or you can pay it off all at once. There's also a place for credit cards if you want to use a credit card for it. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory as you go through and fill this out. Once you've filled it out, if you just tear it off, put it inside the envelope, but don't put the pencil back in the envelope. We can't mail them with the pencils. So just put the pencil and then put the finished form into the collection basket when it comes around at offertory time. The diocese can be so proud of Catholic Charities. It's the largest one in the country for a diocese, and has traditionally, the people of our diocese have been so generous that it helps people in many, many ways. And this is just another opportunity to help those with disabilities. I think that's it. I think I covered everything. So be generous if you can, and if we all give a little bit, then it's just going to enhance this very special project from the Diocese of Cleveland. Thank you.